Pretty much good to go. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Set the soundtrack. We already have a combat. Hey, how's it going, phone? Hold on, I gotta pop out the chat so I can see a little bit easier. Cool. Chillin'. That's good. Sometimes I was planning on coming back at like 10 or 9 to 10, but I ended up napping and it didn't work out. That's a Zuck for the first time. Ooh. How nervous were you? Not many people. I assume you didn't progress if you're saying it like that. Otherwise, you'd have been like, I got it! Oh, why did I pray ranged? It's always better to pray ranged. Rocked another set. Aw, that sucks. Wait, healer's first time is really good though. That's really good. Most people don't even make it to healers when they start. Good tip for healers next time you get there though, in case you get bad RNG in the future. Make sure to definitely make sure you're always like potted up nicely for them, and have 2 specs, 2 blow pipe specs. Really makes a difference on your first one. You pot it up and stuff. Bro, this rat just gave me a quick kiss. There you. Because you might end up using all of your brews that way, and you definitely don't want that, and then not have enough for your last ranger. Like if you're not potted up, you don't manage that properly, you might literally have use all 3 of your brews on healers. Which would really suck. Then you're gonna come complain about it. Which makes sense, but it is. Oh my god, the venom ran out as soon as I ran onto it. Why is this dude so tanky? Yeah. Definitely takes some getting used to, for real. For sure Inferno right now, if I bring Torva, will be a joke. Torva has so much defensive stats. Melee combat? Not yet, no. I haven't gone back to Feral yet. I haven't had a task. Keep getting Calfight Queen, which I need the pet too. So I just haven't bothered. It's about to be very ambitious with that Void Waker, and I was like, you know what? Let me just not do that. Some ticks there, but I love this subject. Kind of loud though. He died? Aww. Honestly, it just be like that sometimes. You see how it is on my stream sometimes. Too. Sometimes you just not feeling it. Natural cycle. Bombs, dude, it feels like so bad dying to like an easy mechanic. It's like, what am Sun soon? Ooh, hopefully. What am I gonna do? Brew on Kefri? New items from DT2, very boring. The rings will be good for sure. Just they're pretty much direct upgrades, especially the mage ring. But very boring. I wish they were a little bit more creative with it. Messed up. Oh wait, I didn't. Oh, whatever. I already gave up. I could've guessed swarming. I didn't think I was gonna make it for that set of 3 right there, so I gave up. Just never give up. Believe in yourself. Like, if I committed to swarming right there, it would be like, that was a free 151. It left at 420, I could have gotten 3 more swarms. At least. Really good damage on the mage. Ringer Fang, it was Missouri chaps. It's actually good. I have 14 Missouri chaps. I know, right? Like, how many chaps do I have? That probably is agile cap right there. It's agile cap. Trap luck is good. I got more chaps than light bearers. Let me... Not in a party, am I? Do a count. I think I melee it. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 5. Don't mind me, I'm using that for something special. Is the raid level? Of course, a 150. No way they got a 50. Astronomical rare. $220, yes. We really were raising the stakes. Skyrim music, yeah, it's really appropriate for RuneScape. It's like perfect amount of chill. Hope they weren't an iron, I'll be honest. Very spitefully, I hope it was not an iron. At least for a main, it's like huge upgrade. For an iron, they have to like show up to the raid with some like punk shit, you know. I'm honestly tired of seeing overspooned Iron Man. TBH. In my CC, there's like 2 Iron Men who, no matter what you do, they won't stop getting drops. Like they finish like Void Waker in like less than like 200 KC on all the bosses. All the bosses. Sick of it. Sick of it. One day I'll remember to use these tiles diagonally. Oh, if I manual pathed that, I would have gotten that. I don't know why I just clicked this tile thinking my character wouldn't run a straight line first. Yeah, I think there it didn't matter as long as I did what I said right there, which was path manually. I wouldn't have lost that tick. Once he meleeed me, you know, it sets him back a bit though. Oh well. That's kind of how you do that, right? That was correct right there. Maybe that's like a variant of it. The only reason I'm not marking those tiles, by the way, is just because I want the room to have as few tile markers as I can get at this point. I really like the room not having too much. It looks like a very close variant of it, so I don't think it'll matter. Oh my god. See that? Yeah. And they're easy to know, at least. Let's drop the ego and just early sun this. First raid of the night. The morning. Okay, we actually have eyeballs tonight, and we didn't take any orbs. We just took a quadrant so far. I actually have eyeballs tonight. Let's go. Oh, I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. It's supposed to be a good thing. We got a slow Zebak. But now I can't flick. I don't even need to flick. But I'm actually gonna make more mistakes on a slow Zebak than a fast one. It's good because I can off-spray his stuff in enraged phase, though. But I always mess up his prayers early, because look how slow they are. Should just leave Augury on for that. I'm not fast enough to like turn it on and hit without losing a tick. I think I'll just salt now, actually. I'll fix a salt timer later, rather than salting at a better timer and being 114 for longer. I think I'm gonna take this one off brand purpose for one small dumb reason. And that's because I want to be below 99 because I don't want to time the tick eat myself and count like minus 24 orbs or whatever, 24 damage of orbs, 8 orbs. This is not gonna help me tank another one. Why don't I stand at the safe spot? Basically, the only reason is travel time of the shadow makes it so that you're more likely to get like that 4th orb a lot of the time. And I'm gonna always tick eat this 3rd orb anyway. So it's better to delay the orb as much as possible. Like the extra travel time from the shadow usually is the difference, unfortunately. You can blame Jagex, I guess. Here didn't matter. I was unlucky a little bit on the DPS. Two, 3. Controlling the soul drop rate, probably. Can't get shit recently. What are you talking about? Talking about for range stats, not melee stats. I don't have an assembler in this setup because it's not really worth the slot. If you're bringing Web Weaver, anyway, that's what you're thinking. That was ranging in the fire cape, turtle cape, whatever. Like if I had an assembler, I would use it there, but I didn't bring it with me. Which is intentional, of course. Fire cape? Maybe you're just memeing me. Infernal Cape's better than Fire Cape. In case that wasn't obvious. I'm just assuming you're kind of memeing me, but I don't know. I assume you're memeing me. I was like, but you know the problem is there's enough people who have unironically not memed me with like somewhat dumb questions that I'm like, I don't want to write them off right away. I'm like, you do know Infernal Cape said, right? But then again, what if you actually didn't know? You're like, oh, everyone's using the shit cape. Every streamer I see has a shit cape. It's like the rock eyebrows, like, know what you're talking about? I can't just like call you an idiot. Like, that's so rude. So I was like, you know what? I'll entertain it. I try to be as humble as I can. Unless you get me on a rant, then it'd be very toxic. The only one that blew my mind last stream was the guy who took keep back but not stay vigilant. That one blew my mind. I assumed he was trolling me, but I don't think he was. But at least he knows now. I heard you mention this before, but how do you ensure that you don't lose staff ticks on P3? You think I do tick lossless P3? I don't even look at my screen half the time. You just need to know the cycle really well and like learn to move like last tick. It just takes practice. There's no secret. Like if I'm paying attention, I can do tick lossless, but half the time I'm not paying attention. I don't really care if I go 6 tick staff. Like you just need to practice. There's no real like secret. I guess you can take your time to memorize this too, like the cycle, so you don't lose a tick like that. But I don't even care about that. I don't really care about an occasional tick. It's not like I'm losing a tick every single cycle, right? Like here, I'm gonna stay and then dodge last second, right? Whatever. But sometimes if you're not paying attention, it's just a tick. It's a solo. I'm not wasting anyone else's time except I guess you guys now because you're watching me. But I don't really worry about it too much. I'm still gonna make time. Just because I miss like a tick every like 30 seconds or whatever, it doesn't matter. It's not gonna make a difference to me. Like here, I have no idea what he started on. So I'm gonna lose a tick. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. I just wasted 0.6 seconds of your life. Ah, fuck. You need to let the little small things go, you know? How goes the weekend? We have been spending it doing ToA. I did some hard mode though to try to accomplish and get my Sanguine SD kit from ToB. Didn't work out, unfortunately. Still dry on that. Probably dodge one more rock. Thumbs up the stream, dumps down the game. It's meta. It's deaded. I want it. Ooh, you. Okay, thank you, boys. I appreciate you people. This is why we get drops. We'll take it. It's money. It's money. Money. It's money. 99 mil? Inflation for this raid? This thing should be like 50. Huge. Now we're on 82. We're on 7 tops, 14 chaps. Humongous for the account. Didn't die. Humongous. Big, if I say so myself. Alright. Back to back. They know I sacrificed myself for these purples. You gotta cut. Okay, if it's a back-to-back and it's a staff, I'll give you 100 mil cut. No cap. On God. What else do people say? Oh my. Bussin' for real, for real. What that boy saying? You guys ever get one tick exploded like that? Standing next to the hole, boom. Rookie mistake. Don't you dare venom me. I hate this game. I just got my sword. Convincing people to like the stream. It's like, you know, they're like, I don't want to do it because it sounds cringe. And you can't tell me what to do. But unfortunately, it clearly works. That's what's disappointing. But you can't blame it for working. Who the hell is gonna remember to like the stream? You're gonna remember to drop that prime or whatever. Dude, I left a ranger alive. It's gonna blast me. Dude, it's surrounded. How am I gonna access this guy? Don't do it. Fuck. No. We live another day. Holy fuck. Monkey room's so easy, guys. Definitely not fighting for my life. Juiced. Oh my god, I'm bad. I thought I pressed L correctly and I didn't double check it. Can I hit? I don't uncharge my shadow, let's leave. It's doomed. Raid is doomed. I will never be able to uncharge for death charge now. Apparently, I'm also unable to hit this boss for any meaningful amounts of damage. Hello? Thank fuck. Hey! Stop that. Whatever. Dude! Oh, I'm lit. When you're getting mod? Could consider it. I haven't even thought about moderating any of my streams. I feel like my viewer base is very respectful. Yes, let's just post ourselves right in front of sarcophagus. What could go wrong? Dude, this monkey was about a boulder skip. If this monkey lived from that boulder and I had a 3 monkey set, I would have been so furious. Do I have every sarcophagus open? Almost. I'm definitely gonna have to sun again. I'm gonna be mad. Like, I can do the raid on 3.5, but I don't want to do the raid on 3.5. You know what I mean? Please, just like 30? Okay, and I can double, and I'm gonna pray that the average... Alright, 32, not looking so good. Very good. It's like, I do not want to do the raid on 3.5 restore. It's gonna be AIDS. It's already AIDS with how much I have right now. Yeah, I say smash the like button one time, and that's downhill for the rest of it. I can only do it right now as subliminal, which is not very subliminal, but that's probably, I don't want to figure out which. When would you say something was necessary? Oh, I didn't see your invocation, sorry. Hey, vote. Thank you, appreciate it. Ah! Sun, I would say like 425. It's very good. It's still not necessary, but that's when it's like really decent. And then 450 plus, I would say. Thank you for the hearts, my good people. my good people. I can see you guys spamming the hearts. Just like me, for real, for real. Okay, we lose a tick. Flag. Alright, Denny B. Show your worth. I do need to probably make a 150 at some point. I've been procrastinating that video for so long. There's so much more to shot call in a 150. You need 400 budgets though? No. You can do it with just, if you have like a blowpipe, that'll handle most of your healing for like Baba and Akka. But you will need to brew, obviously, for Akka. Because Akka can have bad RNG, but it depends also how experienced you are in Akka. If you're not very experienced, it could be pretty painful. I messed up the second swarm, so I'm just gonna give up. I think that's a move. If the second swarm RNG and doesn't spawn right next to the first one, and it skips that position, I think it's worth just to skip the swarming entirely, in my opinion. Because you've already put yourself behind a lot of ticks, and there's no way you're gonna catch it. I'm just gonna go ahead and ignore that. Three agiles only, not on the cap yet. You can see my recent 400 video, Chafing. I bring the sun, but I don't actually use it that entire run pretty much, other than hitting like a skull of it. It's a great example of a raid that doesn't need a sun. I think I blowpipe Baba boulders and all the shadows. I would have to like commentate how to dodge feeling special and stuff like that. $48, too high. It's fine. Oh, no one saw it. I don't know why I went around the corner. Thank you for the heart spam, my good people. Makes me feel warm inside. Booty legs. The Weeder Rise Discord. I always try to answer as many questions as I can to Weeder Rise Discord when I see him. My goal in life. Have we reached Agile cap? I think we have. We haven't. That didn't proc any of my blood fury, bruh. That's a 510? It felt so slow. Alright. We have hit Skyrim, brothers. My Nord people. Dude, I have like 1,000 hours in Skyrim, but I actually haven't. I'm on my current streak of not playing it, which is I think like 4 years. I'm also an Empire guy. Is it Empire or Imperial? Solitude. Wherever Solitude is. I'm pretty sure it's Imperial. Imperial scum. Definitely played Skyrim in, I think, 2018. I don't think I've played it since then. Anyone know the mining level to always one cycle? If you don't mess up, it's going to be 85, but if you use a dragon pickaxe spec, you can be at 82. Assuming you hit the skip correctly. The skip is that little green circle. You basically click the het thing as it turns green, but don't stand right next to het. The het seal, you stand just a little off. Oops. No one saw that? No. No. I underestimated my damage. All ogre. It's all what exactly? I don't have my chin combos with me still. Well, that did a lot of damage. Just at this point begging for Akka to switch. Versus Tbow? Probably not. But try it anyway. Well, for this boss, I have no idea. Maybe. It's kind of going hard right now. I guess... I'm actually not sure. I haven't done the calcs. Kind of insignificant calc anyway, unfortunately. We have been permitted to deal damage. Are DPS than blowpipe? Absolutely not. Wondering if you can place Tbow ZCB? No, unfortunately. ZCB is hot dog water on P2. I've tried it. It's not the worst thing I've ever seen, but it's pretty bad. Insta-cell. A web weaver is so bad. Web weaver for P2 is like blowpipe, but a third slower. It's literally just blowpipe on accurate kind of damage. No, he knows about the web weaver. He's just wondering if it's any good for P2. He's not asking about like why I'm bringing it. He's just wondering if it's also good for P2. If it was good at P2, like as good or close to as good as Tbow, I'd probably just have bolts as my ammo, and then web weaver P2 theoretically, right? If it was good, just not. Is unfortunately not good. Why web weaver over BP? You can look at the video description. FAQ number 3 is the most in-depth answer I have, but TLDR, no assembler. Very chill. No chase monkey. I'm bringing the Dins to Efraid both to point cap, but mostly for DPS on Overlords. And it seems to speed up my more Overlords Kefri by a decent amount. So, because I can hit multiple Overlords with it, and potentially swarm with it. And you 3-cycle P2 with Voidwaker. No, not with just Voidwaker. Unless I bring like a B ring. I don't think so, at least. And I haven't really tried, so. Regardless, I don't want to because I just would be sitting a lot of spec for no reason. Oh, a level 4 Zebak is actually good for flicking because it's also a 5-tick cycle. I'm always going to be flicking like this now for a bit. My music stopped. Go away. Ah. Or I'm trolling. That's what happens when you focus too much on the flicks and not your pathing, which matters a lot more. Get distracted. 100, yep. Thanks. Good distraction. Huh. I have to go like this. I'm being dumb. I'll start a valid, yeah. I was like, can I make that L? I was being dumb, I had to go around there. Yeah, I'll pay my taxes. Or I could have sun cheated, but... Goat, but rip, yeah. It is what it is. I didn't register it fast enough that I had to go around. Not the Masori chaps. It do be like that sometimes, you know? Just do be like that. Stardew Valley, the song? Yeah, it's a soundtrack that's playing right now. It's from Stardew Valley. Why don't I wave skip the AIDS waves? Just don't have a habit to. I just don't have a habit of wave skipping. That's just it. Is that goated? Yeah, Stardew Valley is a really, really good game. No, he's talking about the Zebak waves. Zebak. It lives. How tanky is this guy? Right. Drag me out. And then I poured on nothing. I didn't stand. It lived. He's alive too. Dude, nothing's dying in this room right now. Should have brought the blowpipe, I guess. TBH. No deeps. Oh my god. Alright, that was my fault. I have no one but to blame myself for that. Blowpipe and assembler drop chins. Well, you would have chins anyway, but theoretically, yes. Dropping chins for an extra slot. The only thing is, there's one important thing to consider doing that. You need chins to swarm in Kefri, which is sad. Very slow. I should just redo that room. So the compromise is, I actually thought about this for a really long time. I can take blowpipe and chins, because I need the chins to swarm, right? Or these already says nah, fine, I'm out of here. Also took a billion damage. Like it's fine for the time. But if I wanted to bring Dins, I can't. It's really rough to go in with 6 restores. So I could do this, look. So I could do this. But this is very specific to 525 too. If I do this, then I can't bring the chins for swarming at Kefri. So that's the only thing. You're crying. No problem, Nathan. I hope that helped. Yes, DDS, SGS. Ah, good. I know I didn't, but now I am. I need him now. I'm actually swarming, yeah. No cap. Have you seen me cook with the Dins recently? I've been trying to make it work. Like 15k wasted. Yeah. I've been cooking with the Dins recently. Parents aren't watching my stream. No. Hell no, I'm not retiring to Mud Beaver. Also, although no blowpipe and chins is like similar time, at that point it's similar enough that it's just quality of life between the two. If that makes sense. Like if you weren't gonna swarm anyway, but now I am swarming, so I can change my argument. This is not my melee gear. This is not. Okay, I switched to every gear except the one I was supposed to actually use, which is melee gear, main range gear. BP walking is nice. I just hate getting dragged. It's funny, I'm like, oh, if I wasn't gonna swarm, then it's fine. But now that I am swarming and I'm using Dins to swarm, it's like, well, now I want the space. So my argument is now bended both ways. Third H bow tech? True. Why aren't I using the third H bow? You're speaking facts right now. Wait a minute, those use dragon arrows, I'd be broke. Use dragon arrows though, I'd be broke. Ah, we're not done. How dare I think I was done? I'm like 2 waves to go. I really hate web weaver and noodles like that. It feels so shit. But I get enough like 3-minute ones, like flat 3 or sub 3, that I guess it's fine. Switch. Oh, instead of blow up. No, I'm pretty sure 3rd Hbow is shit. Or P2. Dude, I didn't get to uncharge my staff. Whatever, I'm hitting like a monster. I'll just let it go. What the hell did I just click? Yeah, it's faster than Bofa. The dilemma is infinite. Can't get rid of it. Like, I have the dins now to swarm with, so now I need the space. Otherwise, if I do blowpipe and chins, by the way, blowpipe and chins would be the ideal swarming scenario, but then I would have to drop something else. Dude, wait, what is happening to my HP? I looked away for a second and the monkeys are just tossing. We have to sell for Missouri. Oh. Yeah. Ah, too much delay. Why not just chin everything? Honestly, not a bad idea. TBH. Imagine. I like lured on top of the shadow for Akka. And start chinning it. I honestly do want to go back to my ult setup and just not bother with the dins. It's so much more chill just hard camping and falling asleep. But I want to cook with the dins a little bit longer before I do that. Let me cook just a little bit longer. Who let him cook? Let me burn down the house. Yeah, like the range switches don't matter for Akka. It really doesn't. I have plenty of like sub 5 Akkas or close to sub 4 in 525. Oh, I'm walking. The only thing is Chin's, I think Chin's actual DPS is not that great, right? I actually wouldn't mind tossing like an extra 50k, I'll be honest. Save another slot. Actually, I should do the math on main handing Chin's. How bad could it be? Probably pretty bad. But how bad could bad be? I actually need to pray ranged, you know, at 99. Need every bit of HP. Alright, watch, I'm gonna cook. Let me cook. Cook. It's doomed. Dude, and then you have to give up, because the second swarm instantly skipped. It's so cringe. But if it doesn't skip that position, you're chilling. Like if the first swarm is right here and the second swarm is right here, you have a double hit on the swarm. And then you can just swarm the rest. Average raid time like 36 minutes, 37. $25, $28, you wish. Main hand Chins would be so meme, but unironically, if it's not that bad, I might consider doing it. But I have to actually see. I'm gonna assume it does not do that. The Dins is mostly so I can hit multiple overlords at once. Sometimes I'll egg farm with it, though. I was hoping to swarm with it by hitting 2 swarms plus the overlords, like 2 swarms and 2 overlords. But there's RNG and sometimes it just doesn't spawn together, the swarms, which is really frustrating. Are we already at egg cap? Agile cap? Holy shit, we are. Oh, isn't that 5 tiles? I'm curious. Does it reach? I unlocked the egg cap. I'm weak. Did you guys see that? I unlocked it by just removing them. Wait, did I just Blood Fury heal to 90? Huh. Okay. I swore it was like 20 HP. Take it. I've unlocked the Blood Fury cap. This simple trick gets you to 99 HP. New clickbait title. Pretty Netflix BP. Interesting. You must try to nail the perfect Din's angle. For no reason. But the feels good EXP drop. That was not remotely efficient to do, but I committed to it. The man of sheer commitment. $645. Omega slow. Yeah, I'm probably gonna go back to the old setup after this. There's too much RNG. If it doesn't spawn the way I want it to, then I just can't hit both swarms, and it's very frustrating. Unless, actually, hold on, maybe I should continue cooking. I just need to maybe move 2 up. That tile marker is probably not good enough. I could just not hit the ranger with the Dins. Or the main hand chins. Would I even be able to one-shot a boulder? Imagine I can't. There's a good chance to check a DPS calculator actually while I'm mining. Sure. I'll just compare it to the Blood Weaver, that's what I have already. Throw money. Oh, it's so bad. I just hit so well, and I was unsalted. Oh, Andrew said, I just lost my ZCB. Should I continue with both or with DCB? Or wait? Yeah, you could do it with a dragon crossbow. Just would be kind of slow. Depends what invocation you're already doing, I guess. I procced. You can drop it at 300. You can do that exact 1, and if you're having trouble, you can take off insanity, but ideally, you could stake on 350 with dragon crossbow. It'll be slow, of course, though. Hopefully you still have like buckler and like other stuff. I didn't even think about using the tile markers, holy shit. Transitioned that well. I just lost like 4 ticks. The goat, thank you. How do you know your memory? What do you mean? What is your question, Mr. Officer? How do I know I procced memory? Oh shit. Did not. Oh my lordy. He always does it every 1 minute when he can't hit me for a while. Like this. Exactly 1 minute RNG. 1 minute, 1 butterfly. I did not mean to do that. I meant to stab and then do that. That's gonna hit me, whatever, it's just a standstill. Exactly 1 minute, though. What's info not on the wiki? They don't really know too much about rating. They think solo 500 is just above next when it's a very large margin above next, and I'm pretty sure their next numbers are also wrong anyway. So I haven't read their next numbers because I don't know their next numbers, but I know for a fact their ToA numbers for money are wrong. The money making guide. You get hit to reset it? No. As long as you don't get hit, you can continue butterflying. 60 seconds you haven't been attacked. No, it's a 60 seconds as soon as he teleports. If you like make a mistake and get hit on purpose, it doesn't reset. I mean, it still resets. Does it reset? Does it reset? The timer will keep ticking. Yeah. Timer will keep ticking. So even if you get hit or whatever, the timer will keep ticking. Every minute it will memory. With double trouble specifically, yes. If it can't hit you currently... Yeah. With double trouble every minute. Yes, I do in fact ping diagonally to check my depth perception. Without a doubt, this is the run, of course. Huh. I didn't notice it, but there was acid under the jug there. I didn't know it could do that. Interesting. I didn't know they could put acid under the jug. $100 mil on live shadow? Yeah, 100 mil if this is a back-to-back into the shadow. Not any shadow. This is DT in general, 1 minute timer. 1 minute is, to be specific, 1 minute is the amount of time it takes for a special. If you have double trouble, your special will always include a teleport. Thank you, Noah. Appreciate it. If it's a back-to-back purple into with a shadow split, the shadow right here, this raid, if it's a shadow, I'll give you 100 mil. I'll do it. No cap. Well, back-to-back purple? No, it has to be a staff, too. So if this is a shadow, I'll give you 100 mil. A lot, 100 mil? I guess you guys are gonna take a 6 of my earnings? It's messed up. Make me do a team ToA? No, not a team ToA. I saw him PM me on Discord. What? As well. Ah! Any glancers? smites your defense. Timing at a 3rd and 4th skull skip? Yeah, I can. It's really easy though. I pick up the arrows. I'm a man of the people. I'll have you know, I of course pick up them. I wasn't counting. Oh fuck, what are we at? 6? 7? 8? 9 for sure. Alright, I can in fact count to 9. What invocation would you recommend replacing overly draining with? Anything. Anything. That invocation is so bad. Only if you're doing it in like a 500 run is it okay? My playlist stopped. Why is Voidwaker good at ToA? Because a lot of things have really high defense here. Voidwaker just skips that whole defense check because it has 100% accuracy, which was what makes it better than like claws. And also none of these guys are like, besides Akka, are pretty much protecting any particular style, so it's pretty much always good. Whereas stuff in like chambers, for example, they either have low defense, so claws is better, over BGS. Different purposes. One is a defense reduction spec, the other is a DPS spec. You would bring both, so like you always want a DPS spec, but you don't always want a defense reduction spec. But anyway, basically none of the monsters in ToA have any kind of special magic reduction or prey or anything like that, but they do have stupidly high defense, so Voidwaker has really good value here. TOB, they have Voidwaker's fine, they don't have any reductions, but claws is better because they have lower defense to slash. In chambers, they don't really have protections, but they have a lot of % damage reductions that make the Voidwaker not as good as like claws in a lot of places. Like you can't use them on Vasa crystals. Vanguards are okay, but claws are slightly better. And then claws are definitely better on like Mutadile and stuff. So that's the first 60%. 40%, all you want to do is dodge the first Baba rock and then get in the row. Or you can be in the row and move down, and that's it. That's 40% procs. 20% you do it by feel, but basically if you see the first boulder come above you about like within the first 3 seconds ish of the skull spawning for 20%, you're supposed to dodge 2 rocks instead of just 1. If it's later than that, if it's like 4 seconds late, then you might want to just dodge 1 rock. Of course, I don't tell anyone I'm live, I just send it. So look, you're gonna dodge 1 rock like this. Dust comes above your head, then you want to initiate your skull skip. Keep your prayer window open so that you can pray while you're running. It's always 1 rock for number 3, for the 40% one. It will never change. The prayer timing might be different, of course, but the rock will always be the same timing. Gothics gang. Gang gang. So for this one, look, the dust came in before the skulls even spawned, so I'm gonna dodge 1 more, and then I'll do my skull skip. It's like spawning as I was doing. The dust came in as the skulls were spawning, so I'm gonna dodge 2. But if basically if you see a dust above your head within like the first like 3 seconds of the skull spawning, I would basically do 2 rocks. Otherwise, do 1. I just do it on feel. I don't really have the exact tick timing. I haven't mapped that out to a science, so I kind of just wing it. Because I kind of have a good innate feel of the boulder timing. Did I just eat all that damage? Bread. Whatever. I ate a rock because I moved too late, or moved back into it, I don't even know. And then I ate a lightning while running for my Void Wakers. Alright. Good luck, my people. And by that I mean me. Oh. Not sure if Max or just ban. No, just have a lot of practice in P4. The Devil's Raid has nothing. Man. Here's the secret, Hazelnut. Anyone who's struggling P4, here's the secret. Do not fear the shadow, embrace it. As it gets to max size, you run on top of it, and then you know you're safe for about 3 seconds. A little under 3 seconds if you want to be even safer. And Bill Bank, that's without the stuff I'm wearing. It's almost 14 now. Only on Insanity? I think so, yeah. I don't know what the cycle, I don't know if the cycle's any slower, but the way the cycle works is you get 1 set of lightning, another set of lightning, so 1, 2, and 3. The first 3 ticks are 3 separate sets of lightning, and then on ticks 4, 5, and 6, those 3 sets explode respectively. So if you want to map out the ticks, basically if you run on the shadow as it pops, you're safe for 5 ticks, but you can make it 4 to be even safer. So you have time to like react. Thank you, Bossman. Was that arrogant of me to leave them? I had to raid again. I appreciate them. I hope they know this. Arrogant streamer doesn't thank his fans. No, that's what I'm gonna be known as. I just shinned him. Ooh, 20 to his face. Oof. Man. How many rings have I gotten? I think 14 now. We stacking. Line them up. He wasn't talking about the number of chins, he was talking about what I hit with the chin. Ten rings to 13 is kind of disgusting. Kind of talented, actually. Not gonna lie. Nothing ever hit. It's got like 60%, so no. I never win my coin flips. I almost just Whew. I almost gapped myself. Actually, I don't think you were here for it today. I hit one and I got a 256 Baba, which is pretty crazy for a, or a 257, I don't know, which is pretty crazy for a 525 if you ask me. Well, I wonder how strategic this is gonna be. I'm gonna drag it down, and then that baboon right here is gonna get blocked on the sarcophagus. No Eternals, that's right. Yeah, 256 Melva. BGS worth more than Scepter. In terms of defense reduction for this guy, yeah. But you also can hit it as like on your way in, whereas BGS is obviously, you know, a melee weapon, so. Surprisingly, BGS only has like a 46% or 48% accuracy, or it might be like 50 something. So I would say BGS is better if we're talking just defense reduction for this guy. It hits often enough. Although at Kefri it's probably like 44%. It's really bad. So definitely Scepter is better there. Where it is about 59. No Eternals, that's right. JC, we saw someone with stay what's it called? Stay vigilant off, keep back on. What a legend. Eternals! No. Not the Eternals. Allocate. The Eternals, useless boots. Scepter to BGS. Well, BGS reduces flat defense, so it wouldn't help for Shadow Zebak at all. Because Shadow, remember, runs on magic defense, which is affected by magic level 2. So that's why BGS does nothing for Zebak. For Shadow Zebak. If BGS actually helped for Zebak for like magic, then great. The only NPC in the game that runs its magic defense off flat defense, as far as I'm aware, is Ice Demon. Yeah, because when you shadow, you're rolling off the magic defense and magic level. The only NPC in the game where the defense actually affects magic damage is Ice Demon. Or magic accuracy, I should be more precise. Fun fact, if you hit like 10 dins on Kefri, Shadow is BIS. Because you reduce the shit out of his magic level. You only reduce it by like 5. Wasn't sure about Zebak. No, yeah. The only NPC would be Ice Demon. Where defense, like, thing. I wonder if I stand here, if I can always hit it. 38, and I am aware that I am going to die from this. We live. And it's to a 1 HP. What a dangerous strategy. High risk, low reward, I guess. Name of the game. That was pretty good cook right there, you gotta admit. I swarmed and almost killed the meleeer. The meleeer almost killed me, is the downside. Now let's see if I can pull it off again. Okay, that's exactly what we want so far. I noodled on the mage, but that's why I did it on the 3rd hit, not the 4th. So I can fix it with a Fang hit. Inject Din Propaganda into Vayne. Kill 2 swarms and hit 2 overlords. I actually had a setup where I could have hit the ranger with that one. So I should have. Would have saved a lot of time. Because they weren't skipping. And I repeat the DPS increase from accursed sceptre on Zebak. It'll save like 28 seconds, something like that in 525. Depends how high the HP pool is. But the reason accursed sceptre is good on Zebak is because you're lowering the flat mage, the magic level of the boss, which affects, you know, your shadow's accuracy. But when you use like BGS, you're only reducing the regular defense, which will help on, you know, melee attacks and ranged attacks, but it will not help on magic. The only boss where reducing regular magic helps is going to be Ice Demon. I'll actually reach Agile Cap quickly. It's up to you to decide, of course, if that time is worth the extra slot. It's only like sub 5, okay. Dins, technologies, into veins. Let him cook. And we have cooked. But we could have cooked harder if I hit the ranger both times. I don't know. It might have been like almost dead. We could have gotten like a sub 450. Ugh. Why did I do this myself? Made my password so long. I really have like a 12-digit password on my phone. A psychopath. I just like... It's like a video game. Doing it like that for some... That's the only reason I have it like that. Avert. Avert eyes. Yeah, the only when you don't want them to buff the Seer Claw. Their reasoning for not buffing is so dumb. Are you always with the long range staff? As far as I know, yeah. The extra range. It's because the DPS from going accurate on it doesn't really actually help. So you might as well go for the extra range. But if you're training your magic level because you're not 99 magic but have a shadow, then yeah, for sure, go for a regular. Not ideal. But Akka is a generous soul right now. Dude, I have not heard this playlist give me a Castlevania song yet. What the hell's going on? Dude, my misclicks. How do I even do that? I'm so bad. Feel bad about the puzzle room. Back to the mines. They yearn for the mines. I just take this? Do I want to dodge it? I should dodge it, but I don't want it to keep back me. Oh, never mind. Spared. Akko is so humble right now. He's meleeed me like 7 times, but hasn't switched. This is more than humble. This is just favoritism. My staff dry? I think technically, yeah. Children yearn for the mines. The mines with you. I'll be honest, when I was a kid, my favorite thing to do ever in the garden was to dig a hole. So maybe I yearn for the mines. No cap, for real. Like obviously I wouldn't fuck with the plants, but I love digging a hole. My caveman brain enjoys dig hole. Dig to China? Oh. Literally childhood memories. Dude, we found like a... Oy! Shit game, shit game. Right. What the... Catching strays, bruh. $4.24. That's pretty good for an Akka. Very humble. Very happy with that. For 525 Akka, at least. That's just like standard for my 490s. But I remember when I was digging a hole in my childhood, I found this big ass marble rock, and I thought I was actually gonna be rich. No cap. Kept that rock for years. That rock is like twice the size of my head. Great. This right side, middle side is solved for set 2. You can get solves on both the right and left side, but more commonly you'll find it to work like that. Yeah, for set 2 it's about this area. Does Chaos always get 1 salt? No. Unfortunately not. That's why I just default double power. I don't even bother looking. Sometimes you'll get trolled, not get salt. But commonly you'll get a salt. Then again, maybe I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure it doesn't always give salt though. Maybe the first one always gives salt? What it is? Regardless, gotta get that adrenaline. Never touching Chaos. I do miss the days when Chaos was viable though. AKA release. Oh, you're talking power. No, I don't think Chaos is guaranteed salt. But I accepted the fact that I could be wrong because I actually don't look at power. Or don't look at Chaos. Oh, this suck. Long movements like this, great way to dodge. Make sure your void wake spec can always move 2 back. 1 back is not enough in case he bites. Noodle. I like level 4 Zebak, it's fun. The ending. I'm really greeting this 1 dose. It's not a good idea. 520, very slow. But happens. Definitely happens. You can't flick it at level 4 either, actually. You can only flick it at 2 or 3. That is a very specific level where you can flick the blood barrage damage on enraged phase. It's level 2 and 3. Non-enraged, you can flick an any. Alright, unless there's a purple, we'll probably call it on this raid. We want to take a... I don't want to raid too long. Gotta keep some mental sanity. Or maybe I'll do teams with some plannies or something, I don't know. I think they wanted to do Tbow or ToA, but I don't know. It's really late. Alright, so anyone who does 2 Void Wakers into Shadows, tank the 75 rapid heal, this might be a good take-eat example. So when you're approaching the 3rd orb, keep an eye on your chat box really carefully. Really carefully. And then count 3 shadows. 1, 2, just leave augury on, get ready to switch and insta-sun. 3, insta-sun, 3 take-eat. There you go. How fast are these to 500s? Maybe like 4 minutes, 3 minutes slower, I would say. I usually complete my 490s in about like 31, 29 to 30, 1 minute. And these raids, yeah, about 36, 37, depending on how I'm doing. There's a lot of variants, of course. You could be faster if you want it to be sweatier and like bring range switches, but this is my chill setup. Completed in about 36, 37. Momo? No, I haven't seen Momo's videos. I have seen a clip of him in it though, doing a 400 speedrun or something. Or I did see that. I haven't watched his like YouTube videos. 8, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Always good to have a fellow labber though. Someone who's willing to experiment. Oh, he got a fresh infernal cape? That's good. Memes finally stopped. Why you bully him? My tiaras! Yeah. I don't even care about the boot takeoff. The take loss is worse. Want to see those fancy feet? Say less. There you go. Say less. I hate that I don't want to lose ticks doing it though. I recommend BGS for solo 400s instead of SGS. A lot more context is needed if you're using like Bofa or Tbow as your main warden DPS. Basically, if you're ranging warden as your main DPS, definitely have a BGS. Shadow users can get away with it because BGS doesn't help them with magic damage this raid or anywhere, but so yes, I would probably recommend BGS. SGS really isn't necessary for 400s. You can do it, it's very chill, but if you're both a user, then 100% BGS. You're gonna want it for P3, you're gonna want it for Zebak. Hopefully you hit it at Baba, but Void Wake is fine there too, not too much of a difference. But definitely like Zebak, P3 Warden, P4 Warden, Humongous, Obelisk as well. YouTube playlist paused. And don't forget, bring your crystal helm if you're using Bofa. A lot of people, for some reason, don't bring it. It's a big DPS loss. No problem. If you're looking for like a walkthrough, I have a video on this YouTube channel. Specifically for a 400 setup with a Bofa, Trident, Fang, no Blood Fury. That might be very relevant to you. This is like... I actually like this song more than Secunda. Thank you, Future. Today is a bit of a late night ToA. I took a nap after the first stream today. I was like, I think I'm ready for another round. But unless there's a purple, I'm going to bed. Actually, no. Unless there's a purple that's Fang or better, I'm going to bed. Should I go to bed? No, I probably won't go to bed. I just don't want to do any more ToA. I think I did to do one more rock here, yeah. Yeah, that Bofa walk was pretty good. I completed a 432-ish minutes with no DPS spec weapon, just a BGS. Yeah, I can show you my loot tracker. I think I'm feeling ballsy. I say that as I instantly get rained on, bruh. And taken off, bro. That's so funny. Good thing I didn't send that last spec. Whatever, I'm chilling now though. I don't think I'll make 2 mistakes. Ugh, that timing. Yep, 35. Getting a little bit faster per raid. Why do you have to sometimes dodge 2 rocks during that skull skip? Sometimes you dodge 1 rock first time, then 1 rock again. Sometimes 1 into 2. It depends how early he throws that rock. If he throws it basically like within the first 3 seconds of the skull's coming out, you pretty much have to do another one. But if it's a little bit later, then you don't have to. Nothing. No way. It's more often than not 2 actually for the second set. But here is my log. It is missing 1 Fang. How many dry since the chaps? Oh, the last one I had was body. Can't complain actually. I'm only 2 dry. What is my bank value at? 13.9 bill. Oh, and I got some random stuff in the GE here, so we're at 14 bill now. Oh, my cam's covering it? Oh, sorry. I'll move my cam. Here you go. We're at 14 bill bank now, boys. And it's gonna get a lot bigger when I what's it called? When I finally decide to move the goalpost over to 1000 KC, it's gonna get a lot bigger. Because we still have 333 kill count to go. My drop rate is a little over 1 in 6. So we're gonna have probably at least 55 more drops. Hopefully, on rate, 55 more drops. Purples, that is. It's gonna get a lot bigger. We're now at 82. 525s. Probably over, like about 150 at this point. Maybe to 200. Somewhere in that range. 150 to 200 at this point. I haven't been counting. Half bank from ToA. Yeah, more actually. The thing is, I never like sold like my Masori pieces in Shadow when they were high. For example, I bought the Shadow at like 2.3, 2.4 bill. Something like that, and I bought each Masori piece for like 200, 300 each. I bought the Fang for 300 each, so I lost a lot of money, but then obviously I've gained a lot of money from ToA. Yeah, I'm probably gonna, on rates, I'm gonna get 2 more staffs. My staff rate is 1 in 144. But I've also made some fat merches, like I've sold like 600 mil of Abyssal Daggers. Staff going up and down so much, DT2 hype basically. Everyone suspects it's going to be weak to mage. Fair enough choice. You know, I've been buying these blood runes since Hollow Sepulchre release, these soul runes. I had 5 mil soul runes, such a good investment, before ToA release, and like 6 mil chaos. I've been eating them all up. The Shadow's been chewing through them. All solos run teams. 525s exclusively solos. I've done 1 500s in teams, and I've done a lot of 400s with my friends, but those are more like Iron Man boosts. So my drop rate for those is usually ranging from 9 to 10% compared to 17%. Other than that, I don't really do any rates lower than 400. I try not to. Or like no matter who I'm with, I'll just like drag them by their feet till I go 400. Iron Man moves, always spoons. You have a crazy log, Jason. How dare you? Not even at 200 and you're almost green logged. Besides the Shadow. Should probably click these. A collection log. There's nothing in here anyway. Log. 5 pets. I just like solo because I don't really care if I'm going a little slow. But I feel like in teams, I'm like obligated to go as fast as I can. Alright guys, thank you for tuning in on today's stream. We got a whole 3 raids done. And planked 4. Actually, I'm pretty sure I've done more than 3 today, right? I don't know. Whatever. Have a good rest of your night, guys. Anybody? Actually, hold up. Does anyone want a invocation or inventory review before we end? Yay or nay? Anyone want their inventory invocations reviewed? Their pet, all the pets in the solo? 3 of them are. 3 of them are, yeah. More likely to get dropped in a solo? I guess. If anybody wants an inventory or invocation review, hop onto World 348 and then post up your invocations. If you want me to review your inventory as well, go onto the RuneLite plugin hub up here, type in Party Hub, download this blue plugin, click it, and then on the passphrase up here, you'll see these 3 buttons. Join party, join ToA 348. And I can look at your inventory and give you a review of it. Organization, next switches, progression. Hello, Mr. XF. Got this. Oh, it's very similar setup. Before, yeah, this is basically my 455. You don't really need the bee gloves here. Oh, unless you don't have ferocious, is that what it is? You should use ferocious. Because the bee gloves don't do anything, unfortunately. Just do ferocious. But you can do bee gloves, it's not much of a loss anyway. This doesn't matter. No Tbow, so the blessing's fine. If you happen to have the money for a Zarek crossbow, you should probably run bolts here and bring a Zarek crossbow, because it'd just be a one-way switch. For the monkey room, don't worry about blowpiping and ferocious, it won't change anything. If anything, the barrels gloves is only minorly helping you at P2 and at Akka, whereas ferocious gloves helped you at Baba and Kefri a lot, and it probably gives you a +1 max hit for core, which may or may not be a difference, I don't know. But I would probably run ferocious. I think it's probably more valuable than the range that you get from ferocious, or sorry, from barrows. But yeah, I guess next I would go for in this setup is put bolts and Zarek crossbow, or when you get a Tbow, dragon arrows and Tbow. Be great. Otherwise, I like the setup is similar to mine. In terms of invocations, these are very good. Overlords is fine at this point because you're at 455, but ideally do learn double trouble and keep back early. If you want, you can kind of soft core it up with I would do soft core plus none of the helps needed, so that way you have guaranteed 2 salts no matter what. If you're okay with a 66% chance, you could do some help and then take both double trouble and keep back together and just learn that. That would be your next step if you want to. If you just want to chill at these 455s, that's okay too. These are okay. You could probably put on a 35 timer though. I think this gear is more than enough to get a 35 timer once you're well practiced. I wouldn't really recommend running Pathfinder on this setup, unfortunately, because it would only put you at 495, and I think that would be like a 38-39 minute rate at least. And I feel like it's not worth it until you know double trouble keep back personally. I wouldn't run Pathfinder. Because unironically, the double trouble starts helping you at Pathfinder, because since he teleports so much, it's a lot harder to fail DPS checks. Whereas if you take Pathfinder and you don't have double trouble, he won't teleport, and then you will fail a lot more DPS checks as a result. So if you can learn double trouble, that'd be great. But otherwise, this is fine. I like the inventory, it's good. That was the only thing up next. Slash there, right? Crossbow. The party hub panel, it is up here. You click here. On the top right, you go to party, like such. Type in party hub. Download this blue one. Once you're in there, on the top right, you can click join party. Type in ToA 348. Roll 348. 48 is party name. And then I'm gonna go review its wicked. Let's see what he's got. Oh, this is pretty much maxed here. Good. I assume you're right Xing, there's gonna be a lot of flicking. If this is like an obvious question, but if you're not going double power with this setup, it's inefficient. You must make sure you're going double power if you're bothering to bring the Zarek crossbow. Otherwise, you're kind of wasting all these switches. So if the flicking is too much for you, I would actually tone it down until you can go double power, and then slowly work on flicking. I know a lot of people, for some reason, do like power life with like the restore, and they bring all these switches, and it ends up being less efficient and more effort. But otherwise, I assume you're able to flick this. So this is a really good setup. Nothing to improve on this part. As for your invocations, Pathfinder, not yet. Definitely takes some time to invest into learning double trouble. You're probably failing like maybe 1 or 2 DPS skips is my guess on average with this setup. at Akka if you're doing Akka 3rd or 4th. Hopefully 3rd. Whereas if you take double trouble, you'll probably fail less. Because he'll be teleporting while you're hitting the shadows, if that makes sense. Overlord is fine. Kind of same review as XFS. Like pretty much the exact same thing. The only thing I would say is probably untake the Pathfinder and learn double trouble for now. Plus keep back together, ideally. Soft core it up if needed. Oh, and try to get a time invo on this. A time invo would be sick. Doing good on the restore? That's fine then, yeah. Keep it if you're consistent with this setup, keep it as is. I would say it's as good. Yeah, at this point, next step is just double trouble, keep back together. And then Pathfinder after. Double power is just when you go power twice on the helpful spirit instead of going power life. Simple as that. Alright. King of Shafts, let's look at you. Not much else to work on though, other than yeah, time, double trouble, keep back. Very good. King of Shafts, 435. Let's look at the gear. He's got a shadow. Okay. Shadow gamer. Good mage switches. When you get stating the obvious, when you get shadow, when you get more ancestral, get those. This Bofa setup is fine. I assume you're shadowing Zebak. If you are, you don't really need the anguish, do you? No, the anguish is for the blowpipe. No, never mind. I take that back. Make sure you have the anguish. No BGS really needed. It's not that much of a difference. No DPS spec kind of sucks in this setup. So, oh, you have a Void Waker. Never mind. You have it equipped. So that's fine. I'll say this is a good setup. This should be a Divine Super Combat though, ideally. And that's it until you get more money. Yeah, try to switch this up for Divine, because you can Sun, and it's not going to be that much of a difference. You can like Divine and then Sun later anyway, so it's not too bad. Divine will give you a nice boost for Kefri and Baba. Try to learn Upset Stomach. I assume you asked that question because you didn't know the pre-solves for Upset Stomach, but yeah, being on the upper left side will help you for set 1, and then being in the middle / rightish will help you for the set for number 2. If you mess up Upset Stomach, you can always sit on 75 spec while you're learning it. Let the first or second roar hit you, depending on how much HP you have. Just let the first one if you're not sure, and then just Sun, and you'll live an Upset Stomach mistake anyway. I'm very surprised you have double trouble on at 435, but it's good that you're getting it over with and learning early. I assume that's what you're going with right now. Soft core and no help is a little bit contradictory though, because you're only gonna ever have one salt anyway, so if you die, you're kind of screwed anyway. Unless you're going double power. But since you just asked, I assume you're not. You both have Zebak, so you're 4 on it. 4 for Divine. SMH. Yeah, bring a Divine. And you might, if you're gonna both have Zebak, by the way, you're gonna want either a Crystal Helm or a BGS in this setup then. If you're choosing to do that instead of using Shadow. Oh, you have the Crystal Helm down here in Narnia. Oh, I didn't notice. That's a good place to put it though. But ideally, BGS will actually save you more time than the Crystal Helm if you're gonna Bofa it. So I'd probably swap this out actually for your case, but ideally you bring both Crystal Helm and BGS. Your inventory is gonna look a little bit tight on space though, because this is the choice you've made to Bofa Zebak. It's up to you. It's solo. If you don't want to save the extra 30 seconds or so, that's fine, because Zebak's actually the only place you're going to BGS anyway. Yeah, you're going double power? Yeah, then, yeah, if you go double power, then you can keep it on softcore, no help. A lot of people don't. But at the point, if I sit on my spec, should I not sell my Void Waker and get another piece of Ancestral? Yeah, if you're sitting on spec like that, you should... Ancestral probably saves more time than the Void Waker, to be honest. It helps at so many places. But you really honestly, if you're at 2 Ancestrals, just mage Zebak. Just do it. Just do it, man. You'll live. BGS will replace for Void Waker. Oh, I guess you could bring BGS, yeah. Bring BGS, you can sell the Void Waker, get an Ancestral. That would be pretty good on your time. And then if you wanted to use DPS specs for Kefir, you could use Fang. It's not that great, but better than nothing. Yeah. I think that would probably give you a little bit of a faster time slightly. But I'll be honest, just freaking mage the crocodile, bro. Just do it. Your setup's fine, just do it. Spend the money. Going faster will make you more money. Do it. Yeah. Ancestral, mage croc, and then you have an excuse if you do it like that to, you know, bank more range switches if you want to make it more chill. Up to you though. Let's look at the invocations though, because I think you've got the gist of it. King of Shafts. Overlords. It's a little early for Overlords, but honestly, if you go through the trouble of taking Upset Stomach, ace him. All right, ToA 348. You alive? So I'm back. I kicked some wire down under, and I don't know. That's so funny though. Okay. Basically, I was saying, take Upset Stomach, and then we'll allow the Overlords. Allow it. Yep, on a diet off. Are you going? You're going double power, right? So you should probably enable that too. That would instantly bump you up to 465. Yeah, that would be 465. That'd be sick. Then yeah, that's fine. Hit indications. And then if you want, you can do like a hardcore and Pathfinder, and you're pretty much where we're at. Let's look at Sickens. Let's look at what his invocations and gear is. Not double spec. Yeah, you would do BGS instead if you're gonna both of it, but you should shadow it. Some mage. Stop being cheap. Let's see. Yeah. I mean, if you're gonna start shadowing it, because you'll buy an extra ancestral piece, because it'll be your new best anyway, which it is, I think, at the moment. You buy ancestral, you buy the accursed sceptre if you're gonna keep raising the invocation, because at that point it's an okay time save, and also because you won't have a DPS spec anymore, right? So, yeah, there's like the next best option to do. But let's look at second. Ooh. Got a Bofa gamer. And kid too. I don't know if he's an Iron Man. But anyway, I like the setup. Let's look at your invocations and compare it though. Dehydro. If you're not gonna have dehydration, I highly recommend one emergency brew just in case things get rough. Because I assume you're going power life anyway. There's no need to have 8 restores in a power life setup. This is a little overkill. Have one emergency brew. It doesn't hurt to have one emergency brew if you're not going to need all the restore anyway. Ideally, you would use that emergency brew to just let like Akka or like Zebak or something, like if you make a really dumb mistake and don't have spec. Other than that, this is an okay setup. It's very similar to the one I was running when I was doing my 400 budget. If you are confident making the time, I do recommend jog for it, and then going no diet and ancient haste. So basically the setup is going to look like this. If you want to compare it in game, I don't have a setup, do I? Let's keep all these guys on. I'll just turn stuff off to be easier. So yeah, this is the one. This is the 395 variant. And this is going to make it so that wardens will take like no supplies, which is very friendly on supplies. And then from here on out, what I would do is start upping it up with other stuff. You don't have a shadow, so obviously you're not going to touch double trouble or keep back for a bit. Overlords I wouldn't recommend yet. Ideally, the next step after this 395 is to go for 400 with a timer. And then if you want to backtrack a little bit, put the 40 timer on, and you can put dehydro. Keep diet on if you want training wheels, but if you want take off the training wheels at 400. But honestly, you're in a good position as is right now. If you're comfortable with the setup you're currently running, that's fine too. It really doesn't matter whether you want to do jog or walk for it. It's just mildly more efficient if you can do jog. It doesn't really matter. You try the 395, yeah. Try the 395. If you can hit sub 35, even better. Because I got 32 minutes, I think that's somewhat consistent without skull skip. But if you really, really, really want to milk the points, don't 3 down, you can skull skip. I do not recommend 3 down. Your setup is fine if you want to milk points though. It does this. I talk bad on more overlords. Isn't it good if you lock the second ranger and have Fang for the first one? So overlords, if we're talking just like time spent for how much you get, overlord is actually neutral at about 400, right? But at 400, you want to compare it still to other invocations that are better, such as dehydration. And that's when this gets completely like shafted in terms of the tier list. You would rather first like take dehydro before taking overlords, is pretty much how it goes. And then once you're like are running out of invocations or pretty much entirely gear locked, then overlords is fine. Like this guy is gear locked, so I wouldn't care too much if he took overlords, but ideally he should just like swarm them, try to get that 35 time would be better, you know. But I say, yeah, your 40 timer is fine. If you don't care about the bandage, fine. I mean, it doesn't matter that much, right? And then you can milk points for with skull skip with this setup too if you wanted to. It's good for money, but don't do the 3 down. The 3 down with Trident is going to take you 5 years to do, but skull skip won't take you as long, especially since you'll BGS it. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people like to sit on 400. At the end of the day, if you're... Although you can be more efficient doing like high 400s to 500s, but if you need training wheels, dehydro on a diet, yeah, you could, if you want training wheels, you could do dehydro with diet off. It's not a bad idea. It really isn't. And you'll just have one bandage for like P1 and then one bandage for P4. Yeah, that's up to you. You can run overlords when you're running the training wheels too. Overlords is, you basically just have a really slow Kefri, so make sure you learn how to do the range trap. It is not as efficient as taking other stuff, but for him, since he's gear locked and he can't take double trouble, keep back, and thus also shouldn't take Pathfinder, this is a good progression. You want the wheels one or the other? What do you mean one or the other? You could do this. You could do this a wheel, and then here, I mean, if you want to keep the raid level up, take upset stomach. XMH, SMH. Take upset stomach. And then yeah, fine. At the end of the day, you're just practicing until you get confident to run everything, right? Like once you don't need the training wheels. Hydro ore on that. I mean ore. So no, so what I'm saying is maybe it's easier if I write it out. So if we're talking in terms of difficulty and training wheels, difficulty progression, it's gonna be dehydro plus diet, dehydro, no diet, and then we're gonna have diet on, hydrated, diet off, hold on, hydrated plus diet off. So if we treat it as a like 4-step system, you would be on number 3. 4 would be dehydro plus diet. The training wheel would be at 3. So having full training wheels would just be diet not on, so bandages, and also being able to brew, hydrated. I don't feel confident having both on. Remember, you're losing efficiency, not going power, which is the main thing about being on a training wheel. When you're not on training wheels and you have dehydro plus diet on, you are basically going double power. And that's when you're super efficient with your specs. You can feel confident with either one, but not necessarily with both. You'll just have to keep practicing with dehydro and diet off until you can do dehydro. Practice your P4 mostly. If you can get your P4 down, then you'll be fine with anything. That's just what it is. Also, if you want to, with your setup, if you don't have any God Sword spec, you could use like a SGS if you want. Make your P2 like really smooth and not consume as many supplies when you're going double power. That's up to you. Yeah, I rarely need an arrow. I like having a worst case scenario. My worst case thing is, for me, think of it this way. Once you feel very confident on your P4, Ambro is not the worst case scenario. My worst case scenario is having to heal at all. So you need to practice your P4 run on those shadows, and feel free to use your Ambro as your worst case scenario, but get to the point where you're like, I don't even need HP. Like, you know, you're like, your ego's massive enough that you don't need to heal. That would be the point you want to get to. That's where the training wheels are helping, you know. You can just like run on top of the shadows. Maybe you'll run too early and you'll get hit by it. Maybe you'll run on a perfect timing, which would be what you want. Running late is fine too, right? Like a tick late. Or you feel something like 99% confident. Just do it. If you said you're 99% confident, you just gotta do it. Just send it. What are you gonna do? Have Jad hands? You're on soft core anyway. Might as well. I break my monitor if I fail. Yeah, it is what it is. If you fail, you fail. But if you go double power, you still have salt. And if you bring an SGS, you can actually have a lot of supplies that way too. Actually, it might be a good idea. Because if you have to rerun Warden, sure, you might not make time having to rerun a whole Warden, but then you get SGS instead of 3 times, you get SGS 6 times. You just do it again. It actually wouldn't be that bad, because Warden's actually almost supplyless when you have an SGS. It's so funny. Yeah, I think you should go for the extra Ancestral. I would go extra Ancestral, then try to get a third one like by saving up and getting, you know, your own money and stuff like that. No, it's fine. Don't worry about it. No worries. Yeah, definitely. Just gotta. Sometimes you just gotta take the dive in. All right. I think that's it for the invocation and inventory reviews. Pretty good so far. Here's the next rate for Ancestral. But it is what it is. Sold it for Void Waker. Oh, you sold an Ancestral piece for Void Waker? Honestly, it feels like a great spec though. I mean, if you want to avoid taxes, you know, you can just keep it as is. At the end of the day, you're sitting here chatting with me about the efficiency of Void Waker versus Ancestral, but the most efficient thing to do is just to go back and raid again, right? So, is what it is. All right, I'm gonna end the stream. Go chill out, get off RuneScape. Maybe woodcut at most. Maybe do team raids. I don't know. I'll figure it out. Thank you for tuning in, guys. If you guys want to do invocation review or anything like that, you can always ask next stream, or you can send a message to me on Discord if you have me added. I'm also on Weedo Raids. If you want to message me there, and other stuff like that, or you can comment. Good night.